Throughout the history of man, it is known that a great person's words will educate and inspire the inquiring and those who are experiencing something new for the first time. If I were such a great person, meeting someone new to our country, for example, I would like to give them a positive message of hope and positivity on their newly gained citizenship. I would like to say to them, hello, welcome to America, home of the brave, free. Come make yourself at home, and I wish you happiness and success. Now, if you're an immigrant hearing this, would you not be brimming with pride and joy right now, knowing that your future and your family's future were brighter than they've ever been? Unfortunately, it doesn't always work this way. What the laws of our country have defined as legal immigrants determines the outcome of many lives who seek freedom from their original birthplace. No one has the privilege of choosing the place of birth. The truth is, most of our ancestors were immigrants who journeyed to this land to be free to worship, free to succeed, and free from persecution. Now we must be the ones who decide who lives in this land and who does not. First, let's look at some statistics regarding illegal immigration in America. William Ging, author of History of Illegal Immigration in America, estimates that 20 to 20 million illegal immigrants currently reside in the United States. There are more than certain states, and it depends varying on the region. California alone has 2.4 million illegal immigrants. So what do we do about all of this? Well, the idea of deporting 20 million illegal immigrants is simply impossible for multiple reasons. First, we're not referring to removing a couple thousand people. We're referring to millions of people. There's simply not enough money, means, or resources to do this. It would be traumatizing also to the people as well. Under these circumstances, their ability to merely survive would be questionable if they were sent away. Maureen Mackey, writer for the Physical Times, notes that an estimated 86% of this population has been living and working illegally in the United States for over the last 7 years, and 80% of these immigrants were from Latin America. So how did we get here? Let's look at the history of U.S. immigration. It seems that illegal immigration began in the early 1940s during war times. Labor shortages forced our government to implement the Bracero program, which imported Mexican laborers to work temporarily in the agriculture of the Southwest. For the next 20 years after that, 4.8 million more illegals came into our country and provided cheap labor for U.S. employers. The Immigration Act of 1965 gave illegals entitlement and was focused more on those families who had been working in the U.S. while giving them amnesty. Since then, illegal immigration has been a hot topic with each elected president in an attempt to grasp the epidemic. Now we will look at why immigrants come to the U.S. illegally. I asked this question recently to an anonymous friend I know who is Hispanic and has known illegal immigrants. He told me the Mexican government will let anyone leave the country. However, no one can just get into our country. Anyone desiring citizenship must first have money, which is several $1,000s, and prove they are not coming here to work and send their earnings out of the country. They must fill out an application where all these things can be reviewed and considered by our government officials. However, this does not ensure their citizenship. This application costs alone over $300 and is a great expense to many who are poor and live in Latin America. Even if a person can save up $300 for an application, they still may be denied for any reason and must try again by saving up another $300 for another application. Therefore, the immigrant seeking legal citizenship is merely paying for a chance with their $300 fee. Due to issues such as these, citizenship is very difficult to attain. The odds for the immigrant to better sneak into the country and begin a new life illegally is better than it would be to earn citizenship legally for them. So now let's look at both sides of the issue of illegal immigration. I ask you to keep an open mind and think about both sides of the issue. In the reality-based TV show 30 Days, creator Morgan Spurlock challenges people to live outside their comfort zone for 30 days to gain new perspectives. He challenged the issue of immigration by having an avid pro-citizenship Border Patrol American to live with an illegal immigrant family for 30 days. The family that the Border Patrol agent was assigned to live with included a Hispanic husband, his wife, and 6 children that all lived in a 2-bedroom house and had been working illegally in America for the last 15 years. During 30 days, patrolmen discovered that they were a hard-working, honest, loving family. The children were model students, and the father worked low-paying jobs, usually earning around $4 per hour in order to provide for his family. The family embraced the patrolman and shared their meals with him, although they barely had enough food to eat themselves. Even in such living conditions, such as these, The family was happy and grateful that they lived in America. While searching for an answer to this happiness, the Border Patrolman soon discovers the reason the illegal immigrant father brought his family to Mexico. He gets to travel to Mexico to see the family's previous dwelling. After arriving, he discovers their home was a dirt shack with a business sign for a roof, and the drinking water was polluted and came from a nearby hole in the ground. The man and his family would have never gained citizenship in America due to their current status in Mexico. Over time, the illegal immigrant family would have suffered dire consequences had they stayed there. In America, the father now earns 4 times as much money as before, although he is working illegally. The patrolman also learned that since his family moved to America, they can never go back to Mexico to see their families due to the fact that they may not be able to get back into our country if they were caught. After this experience, the patrolman has gained new insight into the lives of immigrants. He agrees, however, something still must be done on the issue of illegal immigration. So when taking all this information into consideration, stop and ask yourself, what would you do if you were this illegal immigrant? Now we'll take a look at what we can do as a country to help reform the problem of illegal immigration. After looking at both sides, we can get a better perspective on any issue. The truth is, there is no one single answer to fixing the problem that's plaguing our great country. Keeping an open mind is the key to resolving the issue of illegal immigration. To find better solutions, we need to explore different avenues. We must first accept the fact that we have millions of people living here illegally and work towards a cheaper and simpler plan of making them citizens. We must contact our congressmen, our elected officials about immigration issues and find out what we can do as citizens. This may take some time, but through the power of the people, we can change our current laws. By working to make our current illegal immigrants American citizens, they can generate tax revenue and begin to help strengthen our country. The taxes generated from 20 million newly appointed citizens that already reside in America could help lower our deficit and strengthen our struggling communities. This newly found tax money could help extend our expiring Social Security and benefit and strengthen our lacking education system by providing much needed money for budgets, to name a few. If we change our policy on immigration and make it easier to gain citizenship legally, but harder to take advantage of our country's welfare systems, I think we can begin to win the fight on illegal immigration and take back our country. In closing, immigrants should be allowed to prosper just like anyone else who works, lives, and dies in America, as long as it's done so legally. With an open mind and positive thinking, the epidemic can be reversed, and immigration can once again be successfully accomplished and achieved while not at the cost of the tax-paying citizen. Thank you.